Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Box. It is a Wednesday, which means it is time for the Russie Report. And a very, very interesting one this week because it looks like we have a schedule not entirely finalized in terms of kickoff times, and we haven't had final confirmation from SA Rugby, but an absolute blockbuster season ahead for the Springboks. Italy, Georgia, Australia, Argentina, New Zealand times two, Wales, Italy again, Ireland, France. All the nations that the Springboks will be playing against this year. It's going to be absolutely epic. And I think what's really nice is that the way the season's structured, it will allow the Springboks to both rotate as well as test their full strength side to continuously sort of see where they are in the preparation to the 2027 Rugby World Cup. Before we look at the sort of the dates and kind of how the season's going to play out, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so we already knew that the incoming series for South Africa was going to feature Italy and then Georgia. So we kick off our season at this stage on the 5th of July 2025, and that is against Italy. No venues, by the way, have been confirmed as of yet. We then play them again a week later on the 12th of July before we then welcome Georgia on the 19th of July for the final test, sort of the incoming series. We then get our Rugby Championship underway quite late, actually. It's quite a big gap. It's the 19th of July, and then the next game is on the 16th of August. So what's quite nice is that our players will get a break, because some of these players are coming into the end of their seasons, for example, so they have to play a couple of weeks extra, but then you can give them a genuine sort of 2-week break, get back in camp. And the nice thing as well is that the Australia tests are at home. So you can really get them out and let them go have a break, and they can come back into camp, 10 days before the Australia game. There's no travel involved right then. We then play Australia on the 16th of August and on the 23rd of August. And there's the big one. We then go across to New Zealand, Eden Park and Sky Stadium, Wellington is where we are going to be taking on New Zealand. Back-to-back tests, 6th of September and then the 13th of September. And then there is a 2-week break before we take on Argentina, one sort of test for the year, and that will be at home. Again, we don't quite know where the game is going to be. So immediately, for example, you can look to rotate against Italy and then start to, and definitely rotate against Georgia. I think we'll probably go pretty strong against Italy, maybe a couple of new faces. I think we'll do a lot of rotation for us, Georgia. I then think we'll see a bit of a mixture against Australia. We're then going to see our strongest team to those two tests against New Zealand. And then depending on where we are with the Rugby Championship, probably a reasonably strong test side against Argentina. Then what is very, very exciting is that we will have a 4-test November. And how's this for a line? First up, a trip to the Principality to take on Wales on the 1st of November. Before a week later, the grudge match we've now been waiting 2 years for by the time we get there. South Africa will take on France for the first time since beating them in that World Cup quarterfinal at Stade Francais on the 8th of November. By the way, the first weekend when we play against Wales will feature Ireland versus New Zealand as well, which should be an absolute cracker. A week later, we'll play Italy once again. They'll obviously be in Italy. We'll probably have a chance to rotate players. And then we end off our year at the Aviva Stadium with a rematch against Ireland. The first time we would have played them since Durban last year, where we obviously lost that game. So it, for me, is the perfect season, the absolute perfect season, because there are 3 Italy tests and a Georgian test where you can really look to rotate, as well as potentially that Wales test. There are only 2 sort of really vital games back-to-back where I think we have to go basically full strength. You can probably afford to maybe rotate in, that one Australian test like we did, last year where we were really good and got a very good result. So very interested to see how we sort of cope with the schedule. And then again, the end of the year, you can kind of rotate against Wales, full strength against France, rotate again once again against Italy, full strength against Ireland. So it's set up quite nicely for us to really go and win the majority of these matches, which is really exciting. And I think there are also ample opportunities to build that squad depth. So Rusty Russ will be looking at that fixture list, and I think he'll be very happy with it, because I think it just ticks all the boxes. There's quality opposition. I mean, you're playing the top 4 in the world. You're playing Ireland, you're playing France, Or maybe not playing England. I suppose it depends where England is. But you're going to be playing New Zealand, you're going to be playing France, you're going to be playing Ireland. You're going to be playing an Italian side, which is on the rise. So, no Scotland, no England, I suppose. You're going to be playing Argentina, and we'll wait and see exactly how far up the rankings they could be. So, it's a very good season, but very keen to see what all the different teams look like. So, what would you do in terms of how would you balance your teams? Let me know down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to our dedicated Springbok channel for dedicated Springbok news. And make sure you're always updated with what's happening with the rest of Erasmus and the little Springboks as we build towards that attempted three-peat in 2027. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.